Hey guys, welcome to Sports Insider's Guide. My name's Jack Lowe and I'll be your presenter for today.
All my season was can I say that? My season wasn't good. I played not very good. Today, maybe I play more for the team.
We have all seen examples of footballers pushing the boundaries of what is deemed acceptable. Most recently, Mario Balotelli swore on TV during a live post-match interview. It's moments like these, leading up to the London Olympics, that features football, which have caused upset and inspired us here at Sports Insider's Guide to make our special edition show. So coming up tonight, we take a look at just a few of the examples. We discuss the worrying issue of Olympic tradition versus the unsportsmanlike behaviour we see in football. We speak to a respected member of the football community to get their perspective. We have already seen a glimpse of what Mario Balotelli deems acceptable, but he doesn't stop there. He set his own house on fire when playing with fireworks in the bathroom. He threw a dart at a youth team player's head. And he became an internet hit when he refused to wear a certain colour bib and then could not put the next one on. Mario Balotelli pays out £10,000 in parking fines after his car is impounded 27 times. Despite his antics, he still gets paid £100,000 by his club Manchester City every week. Here at Sports Insiders, we think that these actions by stars who are looked up to by young, impressionable kids are unacceptable. When we considered that football was an Olympic sport, we weren't too sure what to think. When we were sitting down, we soon hit on the fact that football is a game based around cheating. You foul, you can continue to play. What other Olympic sport is like that? We personally are not too sure about football as an Olympic sport. Cheating is cheating, and if you do cheat, your punishment should be exclusion. But it's not all about us. We recently tweeted, "We're not too sure about footballers as Olympic athletes. Let us know what you think." Got some interesting responses. George Sutton from Stoke said, "I love footballers, but the thought of them behaving like gentlemen makes me chuckle." Strong thoughts there, George. James Brown from London said, "I think the Olympic Games should teach the players more respect and the game will improve tenfold." Hopefully it will, James. Maybe the law of gold medals will keep them on the right track. Ben Seeney from Swindon said, "Respect comes with intelligence, and for that reason I think that football should be part of our Olympic Games." Really strong words there, Ben. Maybe some footballers would have something to say about that. We got a lot of interesting responses, so we got inspired to go ask some more people about what they thought.
Not really. I mean, a lot of people talk about them like they're some sort of heroes. Oh yeah, it's like David Beckham are heroes, Wayne Rooney are heroes, but they're not heroes. I mean, they're just people who play football. Yeah, they do it well, but I mean, whether it's your role model, it's up to you.
Not really, because I think they're too overpaid and they do set a bad example to like children with the headlines you see in the papers about them cheating on their wives and things and going out and splashing all the money.
Not really, because like they are for little kids and things like that. But if they're like playing around when they're little and they want to be like a footballer, that's fine. But like if you get a little bit older and they think, oh, I want to be like this football, it's not a very good profession.
I think they are, because they're teaching children to follow their dreams. If they want to be a professional footballer, then obviously they are a role model to them. Some do get bad publicity, but, you know, it's just one out of thousands and thousands of them.
Some of them, but a lot of them seem to be getting quite a bit of bad press at the minute.
I don't really play football myself, but not particularly. I'd never choose one as a role model. Bad press.
Yeah, I think they are because, they work hard at what they do, they earn the money, so why not act how they want?
Wow, some really interesting views there. There's some really interesting points made there. The main question is, can footballers behave in a responsible, sportsmanlike manner when there's so much pressure to win and the opportunities to cheat are staring them right in the face? We've heard what you guys think, but what do the people on the inside think? We spoke to young sports journalist Nathaniel Holland to gauge his viewpoints.
Thanks very much for coming today. So, do you think that footballers are good role models?
The role models on the pitch, but sort of like in the newspapers and like media, are sort of presented in a different way. Because like if you think like the Ryan Giggs affair, which was big in the media, then like that could like dampen someone's like opinion of him because he's such a great player on the pitch.
Is football better now compared to 10 years ago?
Not really sure. I kind of disagree with that. Your traditional top 5 teams are struggling to improve every year. You only have to look at Stoke's fixtures when they got draws against Chelsea and just nicking points off the big teams, which wouldn't have happened 10 years ago.
So, do you think as a result of that there's more Maradonas about?
It's easier to get a free kick, I think, because you get them all diving around like your Drogba and Messi, and some of them are lightweight and they go down easily and get free kicks, and I think that's rubbing off on like your Sunday League football with like players doing what they're seeing their role models doing.
So on top of that, do you think that footballers are good role models for young players today who aren't necessarily pro yet?
It depends really, it depends who you watch, because if you're watching your lower league sides then there might be some players there that you think, well, you might aspire to. But in the Premier League, if you think you're going to be one of those players, then sort of what you see on Match of the Day on a Saturday evening could rub off on you what you do on Sunday morning on your local park.
So do you agree with the amount of money in football today?
Yeah, because it's sort of a life skill and they sort of have to give up a lot of their own time, and it's a big sacrifice really from such a young age, because you think they join an academy at 12, 13, concentrate more on the football and their education, and which could hamper them in like later life.
So do you think that punishments are harsh enough on footballers?
The fines seem like just a slight dent in their weekly income. So maybe if it was like with the Tevez thing, he's been charged like 2 weeks' wages, which might affect his like lifestyle. Whereas like say Balotelli, I don't know how much he's been fined, but just say 30,000, he's probably on over 200,000 a week. It wouldn't really make much difference.
Some really strong points there. It's important to remember that footballers get a tough press and we usually only hear the bad things. It's estimated that Premier League football alone creates £80 million for charitable causes. Sick children such as Jack Marshall, who recently opened his own Twitter account, where he tweeted that it was his dream to meet England superstar Wayne Rooney. His dream was made true, and he is now just shy of 40,000 followers. But does that one act of generosity alone make up for the years of disrespect? We again put the questions to you. Ben Jenkins from Liverpool got in touch. The state of footballers at charity is shocking. I recently read an article about Nani handing in a cheque to a charity at a press event for £1,000. Was this money taken from his £50,000 a week paycheck? No, it was paid by the 4 fans who brought signed photos. We looked into this story and it checks out. Photographers are said to have been so offended by the stunt that they refused to take photos. Ryan Bolton on Facebook says, "Is it really the footballers, or is it the clubs taking the mick yet again? All they want is money. Ticket prices on the rise, replica kits at an all-time high. Football has become the new golf, only for the executives, managers and directors." Fittingly, George Swindon on Twitter says, "Players have no control over how much they are worth. Everyone claims they are overpaid, but if someone asked you to do the same job, but you get paid more, would you turn it down?" Really good point there, George. Players do get the blame because they are the ones seen by the public. The comparison of football to other sports in a sport-passionate country was always bound to happen, the most common being rugby and cricket. All you have to do is type in rugby fights on any internet search engine and you'll find hours of compilation videos. Does this mean it's more openly accepted? The rules would indicate this. A fist fight will result in a sin bin. The player will return and 90% of the time the rivalry will have been settled. Football fights will always result in a red card, a hefty fine and a match banning. This is obviously a brilliant deterrent for players who think fighting is the answer. The clear need for hefty fines are clear within football, but we couldn't help thinking that the prevention of football fights just leads to built-up tension. This sometimes gets the best out of players. We hope you've all enjoyed today, our special today, and that you can take something from this. If you have anything to add, feel free to contact us. Email sportsinsidersguide@live.com. Address Sports Insiders Guide, Danebank Avenue, Crewe, Cheshire, CW2 8AB, in the United Kingdom. For your chance to be featured on next week's show, just attach a photo of yourself and let us know what you thought. From all of us at Sports Insiders Guide, good night.